this week's Parshas Ve'era. Time for the plagues. Yeah, blood, hail, boils, frogs, all the good stuff. The first one is blood. That's when Aaron took his staff and he smacks the Nile River, where the Egyptians were getting all their water from. They were idolizing it, literally, and that's why God said, you know what, I'm taking your God, the Nile River, turning it all into blood. And then Aaron takes the staff for the next plague a month later, and, gotta fast forward. And then he waves it over the Nile River, and then out come frogs for a week. And for my next trick, Aaron took the staff for the third plague, smacked the ground, and then all this lice came out, and they went all over the Egyptians' bodies, or maybe they should have showered better, who knows. But the point is, each time, it wasn't Moses, it wasn't the leader of the Jewish people, the messenger of God doing all these things. It was Aaron who was doing it. And the rabbis, when they were wondering why this was, came up with the reason that, as many of us know, we were all born into this famous saying by the rabbis, that God did not want Moses to do that, because when Moshe Rabbeinu was born and his mother had to hide him because at the time the Egyptians were killing Jewish baby boys, so the mother said, okay, I gotta hide him. So she sent him into the river, and the river protected Moshe Rabbeinu. So Moshe Rabbeinu had to have hakarat hatov. He had to have appreciation that the river saved his life. You can't smack the river, it's not nice. And then also, later on, when he saw an Egyptian taskmaster beating a Jewish slave, and Moshe Rabbeinu killed him, he hid that taskmaster. He didn't know what's he going to do with this taskmaster. He doesn't want to get in trouble, so he took this taskmaster and he buried him in the ground. And since the ground was able to take in this taskmaster, Moshe Rabbeinu had to appreciate, Moses appreciated what the ground did for him. So God said, you know what? We will let Aaron do these things where he has to smack the ground or smack the river, and it won't be you. We all know this story. But you got to think about it. Who cares about the ground feels something? Look, I'm jumping on the ground. Forgive me if this is an obvious lesson, but I think even though the way we read it is, we have to be nice to everything, and we have to appreciate the ground, appreciate the water. But I believe that the lesson here wasn't that we have to talk to the walls and, you start talking to the walls, you're going to be living by the walls. I got to think that the real point is to say that it's not about how we treat those inanimate objects. It's about what kind of character traits we want for ourselves in the way that we treat other human beings, other people, even animals, living beings. We get upset, we take this chair, we go, the chair doesn't care. I don't have to apologize to the chair, but it puts a roshem, as it's called, a mark. It leaves a mark on your inner person, on the type of person that you are. If you just treat things in an unappreciative way, that's the type of person you become. And we don't want to be that type of person. When I can look around and see things that I could say, oh, I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Then you could see people and you could say, I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you. It's a brand new year and I'm going to be the type of person that appreciates everything. I'm going to say happy birthday to the people whose birthdays it are. I'm not saying that you should talk to your plants, although I heard it helps them grow better. But still, we need to appreciate everything. And then if that includes the stuff that's around us that don't have feelings, but it will just make us grow into better people, we'll be good, and then we'll just treat everybody with respect and appreciation, and it will be a wonderful society that we live in. Let's make good society, huh? Let's love each other. I love you, man. Have a great Shabbos.